Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here today for a little Tuesday 10. It is late in the day, so this may actually upload on Wednesday because I just have a whole lot happening in life right now. All good things, nothing bad to report on. I'm just very busy. Half of it is work, half of it is things that I'm just doing. I won't bore you with some of the mundane details, but we will get into a little chatting today. For those of you who are new here for Tuesday 10, welcome. This is where I take 10 papers out of my big basket of paper that I have hanging around behind my desk there. And these are things that I've pulled out of books, magazines, digitals that I printed and didn't get to use, like the whole collection, etc. And we just kind of keep on making until we've used up all 10 things and we make ephemera. So I'll start with this. This is just a neat image that I thought could be like a cool background. I actually think it's an image of the Last Supper, and I didn't even realize that, but it's extremely faded out. And I think in the magazine that it was maybe, oh no, I guess it was that way. It's been a while since I pulled these things out, but yeah, I cut it out and I like it. I think it would be a nice background. It's very grungy. And then this is from an old Reader's Digest. I just like the colors. It's kind of that almost monochromatic feel to it. This is from an art magazine, and I thought it was a nice fall kind of image. Art by Scott Addis called Tall Ideas. This is a folio from a children's book. Looks like it's probably an Aladdin type story. Oh no, it's not. I don't remember the name of the story, but with this, I just really love these birds, so I'll probably use those. I don't know that I'll use the rest of it. This is from an old kind of DIY magazine, and I like this image of her. She's quite beautiful. This is a digital page. Don't know where it's from. Don't know its history, but it's here. And a science, like a DK book page, those discovery knowledge books. That's probably what I'll go with. It's so nice. This is a cool children's book image, the wood and the chopper. So this guy's trying to cut this tree down, but look at this tree. Isn't that beautiful? It's a really cool plate. This one has a face too. So I almost think I really love this whole thing, but I kind of want to cover Mr. Chopper. We'll see. This was a fly page from a beautiful book, and it's got this lovely library label on the back. Very beautiful. And a children's book page of this hilarious little boy with a teacup and this little poodle. I'm as tame as a poodle. So we've got our work kind of cut out for us, I think, today. I sometimes find it easiest to kind of work with a couple of things together, but today I kind of feel like I'm a little eclectic. I'm a little everywhere. I do see these feeling like they could work together, and that would be kind of pretty, the colors. Let's do that. Let's just kind of take an easy bit of a start here. As I ease back into making videos, I've been away, right? I took a vacation, a little vacation in the woods, cottagey type vacation with my family. Had a wonderful time. Out to the cabin in the woods by the lake, and you will see on my hands mosquito bites. Yep, absolutely mosquito bites. Hate them. I can't wait till all the mosquitoes are long gone. They were really bad. Ugh. I also am just sometimes not so good at putting bug spray on myself. I forget. Okay, just tear off this edge as a start. Then with her, I want to see sort of the size that she is compared to this. Oh, I hear my dog barking. Goodness knows. Kids are getting settled back into school because we took the vacation after the school year started, which I didn't intend to do, but my son was attending school throughout the summer, so it was it was necessary to kind of get everyone a little break. Do I want to make perhaps an envelope? You know, I think I just want to cut out her. Just going to kind of fussy cut her out with her lovely earrings here. So yeah, let me tell you a little bit about what I did on vacation. So cottage in a beautiful woodsy area on a lake. And once we got all settled in, we did lots of swimming in a cold Canadian lake. It was a little cold at the start of the week, and then it warmed up throughout the week, which was great. Not that I mind. There's something so wonderful about jumping into a cold Canadian lake. If you have never experienced it, I hope you get to, because it's really quite wonderful. So we did a lot of swimming, some fishing. Didn't catch a whole lot of fish, but I sort of knew that was going to happen. The dock where we stay is quite like, it's still in the shallows. Like the water takes a while to get like deep enough to really fish from, I think. I'm just going to do a little bend here. I want to see if I can make an envelope here. Roughly there. Okay. Is this long enough? Let's see. I may have to cut her down a bit if not, but we'll see. Oh yeah, it's plenty long. Okay. Use those 2 folds here. Yeah. So that's the plan. And then we'll put her on here. And we'll have to trim a little off the side. I guess I did go a little bit long, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and glue this. Glue, do you remember me? I have not done anything. I've been so busy. Will it work? Oh, it did. Yep. Let's go across the bottom here. And then up this side. Did lots of kayaking, which was so perfect. Like each day it was quite sunny and quite windy, and then as the sun would set, the wind would die down and the water would be quite glassy, so it was perfect to go out kayaking. My daughter has really grown. All right, I just had a little visit from my son. Anyway, so yeah, my daughter has really grown into kayaking. So she had been using, like, there's like a kid's kayak there that she would use, and she did that for the first day or two, but it's like the sit on top kind, and they have a couple of holes in them, so like a little bit of water can kind of well in the bottom, and she was feeling like it was bothering her. And so I said, okay, well, why don't you try one of the adult kayaks? And they have, like, I don't know if they sell Pelican kayaks all around, you know, the world, but they sell them at Canadian Tire here in Canada. And that's the kind of, well, in other places too, but I just know that they're always at Canadian Tire, the Pelican brand. And those are the kind of kayaks that the cottage we stay at, that they have there. And so I said, just, you know, let's try one of them. So she was amazing. She was out there with me. We were each in our own kayak. It was so good. Like, I was really getting to just spend some nice time with her out on a quiet, calm lake. And it was absolutely wonderful. So yeah, I think I'll be upgrading her, her kayak, or getting her her own kayak probably this season. I'm going to try to get one end of season prices, you know, like you can get a bit of a deal if you buy at the end of a season. So I'm going to take a look at what is available. We'll just do a little ink around the edge here to this, and this lovely rusty hinge. We also did some mushroom hunting and foraging. I've actually had a pretty great, you know, season. So while we were there, we found a bunch of chanterelles, which we had for a couple of dinners. And we have a secret little spot that I found that is like the perfect place. I always find chanterelles in several different places. And so we cooked those up, and I'm just trying to decide if I want to do anything else with this. I kind of just like it as it is, as a lovely little pocket. I think I would like it also as a tip out, flip out, right? So when I go to use it, I may attach a strip of something and have it be like a pocket that can flip out in a book. That'd be quite pretty. So then anyways, yeah, we did our mushroom hunting. Then today I went out in the afternoon because I've been so busy and I needed a break. I said, let's go out. Kids are in school. Let's go get we'll do some chores. We'll do some thrifting and we'll get some lunch. And so we did that. And I found, my husband actually spotted them. I can't take credit for it, but he's like, hey, aren't those maitake? And like, so we, in the late summer, early fall, if you have oak trees near you, take a look at the bottom of the tree. And if you see sort of a kind of medium chestnut brown on top and white underneath cluster of mushrooms, they grow like almost like, cockles. They're like a cauliflower of mushrooms, really, and they're on oak trees specifically, and they will grow around the base of an oak tree, on the ground, or on the tree itself. So in the past, when we were in the place we were at today, we have found them there, but it's been 2 years, I think, since we have seen them on that particular oak tree. So as we're driving by today, it was like, okay, imagine like this is the oak tree trunk, okay, at the bottom. They were here, like all over, big clusters. I got over 10 pounds of those mushrooms today, and I left a ton behind. So, I'm a very ethical forager. You never take all of what you see, and you try to make sure you don't do that, because if you take everything, like, even though there's still mycelium in the ground, it's good to leave some behind for wildlife, leave some behind for other foragers, and leave some behind so it can continue to grow, because like fall's not over yet. It hasn't started yet, really. So yeah, it's a good thing. But I know that the place where they grow, the people that landscape often use riding lawnmowers, and they'll just run them right over and destroy them. So I was happy to grab them today. And it's fine that they hit them with the lawnmower, because that actually will just spread the mycelium further into the ground. And that's why they're now growing out and out from the trunk of this beautiful big tree. So the other thing is, it's a mast year for oak trees, which in this area, and which basically just means that they are producing an absolute ton of acorns. So if you have a mast year in your area, what you'll notice is that your oak trees will have just probably 5 to 10 times the amount of acorns than normal years. There will usually be a higher population of squirrels that year and for following years, because there's just been, so much available food. And the branches can also get so heavy that they will break off, the smaller branches, and they'll fall to the ground. Sometimes, because of the squirrel activity, they will also be kind of breaking a lot of branches, because they get so wild and excited in the trees collecting food, right? So definitely witnessing lots of that this year. So I got loads of mushrooms. We are we're dehydrating all of them. So we've cleaned them, we've torn them up into pieces, removed all of the kind of, I call it the hen, the bottom of the mushroom, like the part that attaches to the ground and looks a bit like a hen. I don't know why. I just feel like it looks like the feathers, like they're smaller. They look like the feathers on a hen's body. I don't know why I call it that. It's just a thing. And so they're in the dehydrator in batches right now. And what I will make with them, I will keep some just dehydrated, but then I'm going to make my favorite recipe with mushrooms that are dehydrated. You can also use store-bought mushrooms to make this. So it's a recipe by Nom Nom Paleo. So Nompaleo. From one of her books. I can't remember which one, but she also posts it for free online, so I'm not giving away her trade secrets or anything. It's called Magic Mushroom Powder. And it's not a reference to the hallucinogen or anything. It's actually just a seasoning that has a ton of umami in it, because mushrooms, naturally have a ton of umami. So it's ground, you just grind them up in, if you have a spice grinder or you have a coffee grinder that you use for herbs and spices, I recommend using that rather than your actual coffee grinder. I keep one that used to be my coffee grinder just for this purpose. And so you grind them up into like a nice fine dust, wear a mask, and try to, just once you've ground it, just kind of put it in a bowl, leave it alone, and kind of keep going until you've created lots and lots of mushroom powder. Then you can add salt and herbs. Like I love using like savory herbs de Provence. Those kind of things, whatever you like. Like, do you like thyme, or are you more of like an oregano type fan? Would you add it to a pasta rather than to like a meat dish? Think about like what flavor profile you like, and then think about how would I incorporate the depth of mushroom, that earthy kind of taste, right? Like even if you don't like to eat mushrooms, maybe it's the texture you don't like. I know not everyone is a fan of mushrooms. But this is a way to really enjoy the depth of flavor that mushrooms can give. Kind of like when we add onions or the Holy Trinity to the base of something that we're making, right? It gives you that base flavor. So highly recommend the magic mushroom powder from Nom Nom Paleo. Especially if it's with your wild mushrooms that you got for free. The other thing on vacation is we had a really, really lovely, I love grocery shopping in this area because there's so many farms and just great fresh food. I got some beautiful asparagus and strawberries that were local and really good. And what else? Yeah, these 2 bird tags, they're fun. What else did we get? Oh, curd, cheese curd. Yummy. And what else? I can't remember, but just good food. We made really lovely meals. Mostly did cooking. We went out for dinner once. We went to a wildlife sanctuary park where you can drive through, and the animals that are there are pretty free. They're mostly not caged. There are some that have like fencing that's sectioning them off from the rest of this massive, this is like imagine a massive forest. It's not a zoo. It's like a massive forest that just, they have lots of elk or wapiti there, and deer, a couple of different kinds of deer, like white-tailed deer, fallow deer, there's another one I forget the name of, but lots of deer. And so you can buy carrots to feed them from your car. It's so fun. And so you drive through this wildlife park and you feed carrots to all these deer. They come to your window and they crunch, and you just kind of keep your window closed like halfway so they don't shove their whole big head into your window and drool all over you. But sometimes that happens anyways, and it's just kind of funny. And yeah, I always love going there. I saw the cutest little Arctic fox, in his silver fox looking coat, little puppy, and he was eating something on the side of the path as we were driving, and he was so precious. I wanted to pick him up and cuddle him, but you can't. He was so cute, and he just sat there and looked at me. It was so nice. And he was eating something. I don't exactly know what it was. It looks like almost like a food pellet or something. Sometimes certain animals, the way that they process food is a little gross. I won't talk about it, but I think that sometimes foxes do that kind of reprocess kind of food. It looked like a food pellet, and he was very happy to be eating it. I am just backing a couple of these backgrounds so that I can turn them into journal cards or something. I need to get some focal points here and collage-y things. What else? Oh yeah, so also when kayaking, I'll get back to the nature reserve. I was following around some loons, and we saw lots of these ducks. I guess they're ducks. They're called mergansers, mergansers. I don't know if they're a duck. I think they are. They certainly quack like ducks, but the bird itself is called a merganser, and they travel in a little herd in the water, and they'll swim by the cottage a couple of times a day, usually in the morning and then at dusk. And it's always lovely to see them. They're these beautiful birds with these pointy, the back of their head sort of comes out into a point at the back, like they have these feathers that are pointy at the back, and they're quite beautiful. And of course, I have this tradition. I get up early in the morning when the mist is over the lake, and there's a mountain there that's just beautiful, and I go down to the beach by myself with a cup of coffee and sit on the dock in an Adirondack chair or a Muskoka chair. I'm Canadian, I should be calling it a Muskoka chair, and just listen to the loons. And then I usually finish my coffee, leave my cup on the dock, slip off my shoes, and hop into the kayak. And I got to do that a few times. It was quite nice. Following the loons around, and yeah, it was a great time. So what shall we do here? Kind of like that plant, and I like this. Let's just kind of fussy cut this. And just cut this out. Also, I should probably look at this for words. Kind of like the rare plants. Keep that, baby. Put it in my word bin. And I might just fussy cut this out too. Because we could use that. That would be fun. But yeah, these are like the world's itchiest mosquito bites. I don't know what kind of wild mosquito from the forest got me so many times. I have a feeling it may have gotten in the cottage and bit me while I was sleeping, because I have the most random like mosquito topographical map going on right now on my arms and legs, and there's even a few like on my back and my torso. I'm like, what? How is this possible? I've never had such a random mosquito bite like situation, but it's okay. Thank you to the Gold Bond lotion people, because I needed that this week. Itchies. Just seeing if there's any good words here. Maybe vanish forever. That could be fun. Oops. But I definitely missed, just making. So usually when I go away on vacation, I often do eco printing. For those of you who've been around for a while, you've probably seen my hijinks when I go away. I do lots of fabric eco printing. But I did not have time this time around. I have this thing going on right now that I'm dealing with even while I'm on vacation. I can't talk about it yet, or I'll jinx it. So I can't talk about it yet, but I'll tell you after it's all said and done what I'm talking about. It's nothing bad. Don't worry. I'm perfectly healthy and good and secure. Nothing bad. It's a thing I'm trying to work on to better something particular in my life. And so I had to invest some time in that while I was away. And I was just busy with the kids. Like, my son is just a handful right now. And I think he is probably feeling so unregulated because he just, finished school, started a new school. Then we went away the second week of him just starting school. And I think he's just like really in need of like a lot less change. And then I heard, so the way that the school system works here sometimes is like, I guess, there's maximums on how many students are allowed to be in any class. So for our school, it's 20 students per class. That's the absolute max they're allowed. They like it to be less, actually. I'm just looking for my people. Hold on. Where's my people? Oh, here's some people. Where did these people come from? Hold on. I don't even know. I'm gonna open this little pack of people here. I don't even know where these came from. I think I got these at like a thrift store. They were in a pack I got. Like they're probably from somewhere like AliExpress. I don't know, but I think I got them. Yeah, I got them at a thrift store. I remember like they were in a pack I got of different random things. Let's find someone who we would like to put on here. She's kind of haunting and interesting. I like her though. Those colors look quite nice together. Yeah, I think I will use that like so, like so. Yeah, okay. We'll set the people aside because I might use more of them. But yeah, so I had to do that, and then the kids, and then all of that. So I knew I was going to be busy, so I didn't even bring the usual like supplies that I bring. Instead, I brought a book. I did a ton of reading that felt so good. I also listened to my audiobook a bunch, and what else did I do? I brought my stitching and forgot my needle. What is wrong with me? I got like the whole thing of stitching and I didn't even bring a needle. Like, why? And there are not thrift stores or craft stores at all really in this area. There's one thrift store. So I did do an itsy bitsy teeny weeny bit of thrifting. I didn't get a whole lot, but I did do a little thrifting today too. So I'll be doing a thrifty video for you quite soon. Try to film it like maybe today or tomorrow. If I get through Tuesday 10 here, I will maybe just film it because it doesn't take me as long to film thrifty videos. But yeah, I couldn't get needles anywhere. So I said, all right, forget it. I won't stitch. So I did a bit of knitting on the socks that I'm knitting for my daughter. I'm on sock 2 and I am probably a third of the way done. I got quite a bit done while I was away, which is really nice. And yeah, I thought I was going to cut the wings off the back of this, but I kind of like the freeformness of this. I think it would make a really cool pocket. Like a nice freeform pocket. So I'm not really going to worry about doing much else to it, I think. Yeah, I like that. Easy peasy. Okay, next I'm going to try to decide what I want to do with this. This is a really nice piece of paper. And I was thinking I would just do a piece of stationery with it. But, what would I like the best? I could also kind of cut it in half. Under the turtle's feet. Through that snake, but above his head might be kind of nice. Or do I just want to keep it as a piece of stationery? It's really nice together. Let's just do a piece of stationery, just because it's got really nice details. What other creative things to do? Okay, so I did a little bit of, I made a bit of paper, but I've got to finish it. It's not done. Printed some leaves. Like, I did bring stuff with the intention of doing things, but I just didn't get to it. I brought my watercolors. I didn't do any painting. I just didn't have any time. Okay. Why am I so troubled by this? I think because the turtle's face had to be pulled off because there's just a really yucky edge on there because of the glue. And that's making me think more like I want to do something different with this. Like I could certainly create some fun. Maybe we could do like a fun flip. That might be nice. Why is this so tough? Am I usually so challenged here? I don't think so. Could make some really nice pockets. It's like I just don't want to like cut through anything that I would really like to keep. Let's just do stationery. Because then, you know, you get what you're looking for. You don't lose any of that nice paper. I'll stitch around it. It'll be pretty. Use this nice paper bag from the Giant Tiger, which now is one of the only places that sells my favorite pasta sauce. My favorite jarred pasta sauce. So that is why I often have those bags. It's also a great place to go when you're traveling. I don't know if you have Giant Tiger near where you live. I think it's more of a Canadian thing. I don't think they have it in the US, but it's just like a inexpensive department store. And it's funny, I have a really funny relationship with Giant Tiger. So I grew up in a very small town, and the town next door to me was equally small. And the thing about small towns is, like, you know, it's full of kind of gossip and things. And so for me, I was a kid who had a lot of tendency to feel embarrassed even when it made no sense. And like, because, you know, especially when you're in high school, so I'm just going to leave this as is and I'll stitch around it when we go to the stitching. Especially when I was in high school, I was really sensitive to like what the other kids were wearing and that kind of thing. And, you know, Giant Tiger is like kind of like a discount department store in this little town, and I was like so embarrassed to go there, to be seen there with my parents, like any of it. I just, no way. Like, I also worried so much about you know, will someone recognize that my parents bought me something from here and I'm going to wear it to school and they're going to know it was from Giant Tiger. And I was just, you know, it was a big problem for me as a teenager. And I mean, now I look back and I'm like, what a silly thing to have worried about. Giant Tiger is so cool. It's the best place because it's like, it's got a little bit of everything. It's like a little bit of hardware store. It's got toys, it's got books, it's got linens. It's like Walmart, but smaller and more charming. And yeah, I don't know what my problem was, but I no longer have that problem. I think it's actually a cool store now because you can, especially when you're traveling, it's really great to be able to go and just like pick up a bunch of basic things. So yeah, I want to put these people on here, some people, but like I can't fully cover up that guy. Maybe I just need a different kind of person, like maybe a Tim Holtzy person. I have bigger ones. I know I've got those big ones. Here's some. The Halloween collection people. Layers and paper dolls of Halloween 2024. Because I think this would go really good with like a Halloweeny or spooky theme because of the scary trees. So let's just pull out some of these. What I'm looking for is like this guy. He'd be very interesting. Or I would like a woman. This guy's got really cool hair. This one's haunting. This one's got cool hair though. And again, I don't want to cut the bottom off though. Oh, drama. What to do? New. Maybe. These people are sitting. Would they look weird sitting here? Oh no, look how that shadow really kind of illuminates them in an interesting way. I like, that's perfect. Yes. Okay, yes. Yep. All right, let's put these back. Another thing that I did while on vacation, so I was on vacation in Quebec, and I went to Mont Tremblant with my family. My in-laws were traveling with us this time. It's their first time that they've been to Mont Tremblant, so we took them there, and we took them on the gondolas, and we got maple candy on snow, and that was fun, and did all of our regular kind of stuff that we do there. There's a little playground in the middle of the village. So Mont Tremblant is like, it's a mountain, and it has very beautiful houses built into the side of the mountain. You almost think like, you know, you're somewhere in Europe when you go there. It has a really interesting feel to it. It has cobbles. It has 2 to 3 sets of gondolas to take you up higher on the mountain, which is nice. And it's one of those. Quebec has a couple. I would say Mont Tremblant and Old Quebec City both have that same feeling of just like, this is a really cool place to be, and I love them, both of them, very much for that feeling. So we had a great time there. My mother-in-law was brave and went swimming on the final day when it was a little warmer. And she did some boating too, which was great. She went kayaking. She went paddle boating with my son. Yeah. Okay. This side, I need to cut with my cutter, I think. And then I've got all sorts of stuff happening this week. Taking my son for a haircut, and my daughter is starting a new dance class. Just lots going on. Life is busy. Hiring someone on my team. I've just been so busy. It's like the winds of change are everywhere around me, I think, right now. Is that too little? Yeah, too little. Just gonna see. I think I've got some more. Yeah, I've got more of that paper. I'll use that. All right. So fun. Okay. Now we have that background, that, and then obviously these. So let's take a look here. Can I use any of this together? And what do I want to keep out of this? And what do I want to be going on? I sort of feel like this whole thing just, it's like a funny scene. It needs some funny words. Like, she sort of looks like she's saying something quite piteous to this guy. I don't know. Just as a house is a collage of rooms, a room is a collage of objects. That's a pretty cool saying. I feel like I'm not going to be able to find what I need for this though. Hold on. You know what I do have is I've got like, is this the snarky one? No, this is the small talk. I need snarky. Where's the snarky one? Clippings sticker book. Well, I'll look through those. It's funny, whenever I think of these words, I always think about the snarky one. Oh, look at these. I've got these Halloween ones. I should put those in my Halloween stash. Who knew? What's this? There's small talk. Is it small talk that's actually the snarky one? Yeah, I think it is. That's funny. I've been calling it snarky and that's not even what it is. That's okay. All right. Some of these are a little bit like harsh. I'm sorry, did I roll my eyes out loud? You know, I think that's kind of perfect. Like, it's funny because like even the sculpture behind her is kind of like, oh god. I think I'm gonna go with that one. I wish more people were fluent in silence. Oh, I can feel a bit of that this week, I think. I want you to know that someone cares, not me, but someone. Let's go with that. Because I'm just going to keep reading these and giggling about them. All right. Put that back. And we'll stick this here for now. Actually, I could put it down. I'm going to have to cut it in a couple pieces, though, I think. So funny. Okay, and then we'll glue this down on a piece of maybe folder, something a little heavy, because this is Reader's Digest paper, so it's quite thin. My local thrift store has just an absolute ton of Reader's Digest right now. It's like, I'm not going to buy any of them, but yeah. There's a ton of them. You have to be a little careful with the Reader's Digest though. Some of them, like, they're not built well. Like, if you are someone who's comfortable rebuilding spines, and it won't matter if you really like those covers, especially the ones that have the really fancy covers. Some of them are like very weak spines. Like when I made these books, you know, I love the covers, but these ones, I was fortunate they had nice spines, but some of them, they have like a ridge here that really cracks. These ones didn't though. I was really lucky with that book, those books. I've seen some though that just completely crack. There's like a few kind of older books that they're not super old, but they were probably made in the 80s, and they weren't made with the same quality. Like, they did a lot of, you know, work to try to make them fancy. Like, they made them look like they were embossed with gold, and they had these ribs on the edges, kind of like your older, more expensive, like the Franklin Library books, but like they weren't built with so much quality. Okay, now for this, I think I might just want to give a little titch of color over this. Yeah, that's cool. Yep. That's really funny. Okay. Then we have this still, and obviously I have all those people. I kept this plant, but I don't really know if the shape works for much. I don't think so. I'm just going to say goodbye to that. I'm going to let it go. What do I want to do? With this. I'm just looking around me at what I've got going on here. I mostly have Halloween things like all around my desk at the moment. This bird book, Audubon Birds. I don't know that a bird will work on here. Collage-y things. I have all this collage stuff that I've got hanging around here for my Halloween making, and maybe there's, oh yeah, you know what, there are actually some kind of cool, these, like this would be kind of cool on here maybe. Something like that, and what do I like better? Do I like that or this maybe? No, I think I like the original one better. Yeah, and you know, I think I'm going to put like some kind of fabric or leaves or something on the top of this when I stitch around it. Let me get these things down and then we'll see what's next here. Indecisive. I am so sleepy today, holy moly. I slept fine last night, but the night before, because I've got a lot on my brain at the moment, and it's never a good thing because I get seasonal insomnia anyways, and the seasons are kind of changing, and that's when I tend to get it, is when there start to be like visible signs of seasonal changing, and we're starting to get cool outside and stuff, right? So this is all anticipated insomnia. So I woke up at 12:21 and I did not go back to sleep the entire night. It was just unreal. Not normally am I so, like, that's a lot of insomnia. So I don't know. I'll be happy when this week is over because I have a little bit too much on my plate this week. But then I thought things would be getting a little back to normal this week because I'm back from vacation, but then something unanticipated happened, and now I have to kind of just get through this week and I'll be okay. Also, I'm going to give you a hypothetical situation and ask you how you might handle it. So what do you do if someone who's a great friend, they're trying to help you, and they've given you an opportunity, but like, and you're going to take the opportunity, they've helped you along, but now that they know you're taking the opportunity and you're working on the work associated with the opportunity, what if the way that they talk to you, like, probably they're trying to help, but like it's not helpful anymore, it's just stressful? How would you handle that? Like, because you feel like when you talk to them, it makes you way more stressed out about the opportunity that they're trying to help you with, because they tell you maybe something that's like either an inside information, or not inside, but like, you know, some important kind of information, which is sometimes helpful, but then maybe they tell you about other people who might be going for the same opportunity, or something that might be a challenge to you at the opportunity, and then you just worry that like maybe you're not good enough because like they've mentioned it to you, and does that mean something, you know, like it makes you overthink, because that's kind of what I'm experiencing a little bit right now. And I'm sorry I have to keep it so vague because it's just a thing I'm trying to work through. Yeah, how do you like handle that, you know? I think I just feel like I'm going to just communicate maybe like I just need a little bit of time and thank them for giving me the opportunity, but then to just tell them like I have my own way that I have to do this, and so just leave me to it and let's reconvene after I just do it. I think that's what I might do, but also to just really underline my appreciation, because like I fully appreciate what they're trying to do for me. It's hard though when, you know, sometimes we all have a way that we kind of show up to do something, but it might not be the right way. And I think you owe it to the person who's trying to help you to just let them know that it's not what they're doing, it's just that you have a different method, you know? So I'm going to try to do that. But yeah, it's not fun or easy for sure. That might want to be a tag, I think. Okay. That actually turned out quite fun. Yay. Okay. Now we've got these cuties, these super cuties. I saw the cutest puppy, oh my goodness, yesterday when I went to the bus stop to pick up my kids. There was this lovely teenage boy there with his puppy, and is like a brand new puppy, probably, you know, I don't know how old, but it was a little tiny yellowy colored dog, probably a Labrador Retriever. Oh my gosh, so soft and cuddly and sweet, like so excited to see me. And so I said, well, you're going to be the most popular person at the bus stop. And he was like, oh yeah. And then the dog got really excited and wanted to see me. So I bent down and I was giving her little pets, and she was nibbling me with her little puppy needle teeth. And he's like, oh my gosh, she's so bad though. He's like, yeah, I know she's cute, but she's so bad. And I don't know. And I said, yeah, you know, you're going to go through a bit of a stage. I don't know how long for a golden, like, or a, I think it was probably a golden retriever. I don't know how long they stay in their puppy phase, but you know, for us with our beagle, I mean, it's actually kind of like, well, I'd say over a year, really. I mean, it changes, like they don't bite you with those little needly teeth that whole time, but like it does take quite some time to make them kind of calm down. I'm gonna make like a card, I think, out of this. I think that would be a cute like folding journal card, because you get these two, you know, scenes, and it's just very cute. So let's just give it a fold in the middle. We need paper big enough to cover this. Here's one. So then he said, yeah, I'm trying to just, you know, get her not to chew things. And I gave him a few things that like worked for us with our dogs chewing. And recommended he take her to puppy classes, because for me, puppy training classes made all the difference for almost every dog I've ever had. It really helps, especially if it's a big dog. Oh yeah, they can really benefit from puppy classes. And then probably, if you can, you know, continue your training classes even after the puppy stage, so you'll just have an even more great dog that will listen to your commands and that kind of thing. It's pretty nice if you can find a good trainer. It was funny, like I had at one time 3 Chihuahuas and a miniature Dachshund, and they were all great dogs, but my first Chihuahua, Poppy, he's no longer with us. He was like 18 when he passed away. But when I got him, he was such a little sassy little guy. And he was a little bit, I would say, aggressive, a little snarky with other people that he didn't know. And so the trainer that we took him to, It was actually just in a PetSmart. It was a, like it wasn't a professional like store or anything, but she actually was a professional trainer. And a lot of PetSmart stores actually do hire people who have their own established businesses, and then they'll end up working like part-time kind of at PetSmart, just doing a couple nights a week of like the program for the PetSmart store. And I'm not, telling you they're good or they're not good. I don't know. I think it always really ends up being down to the trainer, because I've seen good and dog trainers in all sorts of environments. So you really have to just pay attention and, decide what works for you, read reviews, talk to friends, that kind of thing. I'm going to leave that fun tab at the top there. I like that. We've reached the end of all of the making. We need to do the stitching. But anyways, what was I saying? Let me finish. So my puppy, when I took him, the dog trainer was actually, her day job was dealing with aggressive dogs that work in security type environments, as well as helping people who have adopted dogs that have like vicious streaks, right? Like trying to, help to retrain them if they've been like abused or they've had like a reason to get, snippy. So she was so good with my dog, like my little tiny, I think he weighed about 4 pounds when I got him, but he thought he was the biggest dog in the room. He was the most obnoxious, definitely. I was so embarrassed, but she gave me so many great tips with him, and by the end of it all went away. Like he stopped being that way, and it was really awesome. So okay, I'll go do my stitching and come back and we'll take a look at what we made. Okay, we are back, and piece number 1 is the piece of stationery. So I stitched around the edge, I folded it and did a little sanding with a sanding block to just give it a nice clean little fold there. So yeah, that's very fun. So that's number 1. Number 2 is this card, and it is number 2. So cute. Numbers 3 and 4 are these tags stitched around them. Added some fabric to this one. Number 5 was this lovely little lady here, and I stitched some lace and fabric up here. I said that was 5, right? 6 is our envelope. I didn't stitch that. 7, our spooky woodsy family here, and I stitched around that. 8 was our sassy Reader's Digest lady. And 9 is this fun little tag that I also stitched around. Added a little fabric up here to it, so that iridescent blue fabric. So that's a fun little collection of things, I think, and I'm happy to be back at it. Thanks for listening and hearing what's going on. Sorry if I'm doing a little bit of like vague vlogging here, but I'll have news, I'll have information, updates on things that are going on. I'm here. We're always here, right? We'll be back together soon. So I hope until then that you're doing really well. I'm sorry this video is a little bit late. Please bear with me over the next week, possibly 2 weeks, as things are, I'm doing some stuff, but it's like I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of things that I'm kind of, working on and trying to get ready. And I've been sort of like rushing myself a little bit. And I decided that instead of doing that, I'm not going to rush myself. I'm just going to take a little bit of time to breathe and then do things the right way that I want to do them. So just bear with me for a couple of weeks and I'll be back to my normal self. Anyhow, take good care of you, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.